Alright guys, today for your opening, we're going to look at what is a function. A function is where each x value is paired with only one y value. X values cannot repeat. X value, if you look here, is known as a domain or input, and y value is known as range or output. Alright, so how can I test a function? How can I test if a graph is a function? Well, you can use a vertical line test. Y'all should have heard this before. You draw a line through each point on the graph. If the line touches more than one point, then it's not a function. If it touches just one point, then it is. So, for example, if we have a graph here, and you have a straight line, and that means any point on this graph, if I draw a vertical line through it like this, and notice I only touch one point on that line every time I go through it. Another example here, if I say another easy one to look at is I have a circle. Notice I'm going to touch more than one point as I go through there. Alright, now a function can be shown as a table equation. You might also hear the equation called a function rule. Context such as word problem, ordered pairs, and we know ordered pairs are x and y. Graph, we just talked about that. Mapping, for example, if we want to look at some mapping, say I got right here 1 and 2, and then I have 3 and 4. You'll show that 1 will map to 3 and 2 will map to 4. Now that would be a function right there. But say if I had 1 twice, I can prove that it's not a function because we just said x's do not repeat. Not a function. It would still be a relation. A relation just shows a relationship between two quantities. Function, you can't have an x repeat. And if you look at the graph over here, if I hit more than one point, and then say this right here, so this point right here was x is 2. Well, I know that at this ordered pair down here, it'll be, say, 2, -3. Alright, and this point up here, maybe it's 2, 3. That shows that x is going to repeat itself. Just like right here, in my mapping example we're doing, I'd have 1, 3, and 1, 4. That's showing that x is repeating again. Alright, I can also have a sequence of numbers. Now, in a sequence of numbers, say if they give us 3, 4, 5, those are my y values there. Always, those are my y values. If you aren't given any x values, then you can go ahead and make a little table or chart here, and your x values are always going to be 1, 2, 3, like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth. So your x's won't repeat here in this sequence of numbers. Alright, and then the next part, describe how to tell whether a set of ordered pairs is a function. And we just kind of talked about that right here in the mapping part. So if we see here, if we know that your x values don't repeat, now my y values can repeat all day long, but our x values cannot repeat. So right here, this would be a function because my x values don't repeat. Now, just like over here we did the mapping, we had 1, 1, and they repeated. Alright guys, I want you guys to try the examples on your guided notes. And then I want you to go to my webpage and click on today's date and pull up your function examples and non-example sheet, and I want you to create those examples and non-examples. Then after you create those examples and non-examples, I would like you to screenshot it, and then after you screenshot it, you can open up IntelliGami, and then you're going to create a short video describing the examples and non-examples and what makes them function and what makes them not function. I also want you to describe how they are relations and what's the difference between a relation and a function. And we talked about it a minute ago that relations show relationships between two numbers, just like one right here in this ordered pair right here. One is show a relationship to 3 because they're in the ordered pair together. All right. All right. Go ahead and do your activity.